morning, friends, public followers. Welcome to McFarland's Corner. I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork fishing guide and owner of McFarland's Fishing. Going to give you a second report this week. We're back to doing 2 reports a week. We film them Tuesdays and Thursdays, air them Wednesdays and Fridays. It's actually Friday morning. That's why you see me having some coffee. I got home late last night, too late to record. So I'm recording it first thing this morning, Friday morning. Get it uploaded to you by tonight. And here's the deal, man. I woke up this morning, it's 66 degrees at 6 o'clock in the morning. And man, I guarantee you today and tomorrow are great days to be fishing on Lake Fork. We talk about Texas two-step a lot, especially in the members only channel and the Let's Talk Fishing channel. About how the water warm trends, cool trends, warm trends, cool trends. We're about to experience that exact thing. Saturday night and Sunday, we have freezing temperatures again. And so the backwaters that have warmed up the last few days or week are going to get cool again. But right now, the most important thing is when we have a warm day, a 70, 78 degree day, and then the nighttime temperature does not go below what the water temperature is, you have a warm trend. And so that's what happened. Yesterday we reached 70s and then 60s in the night. The main lake is 49 to 51. The backs of the creeks and arms are 60 degrees already. So you go up Birch Creek, you go up Glade, you go in the right spot. You go back in sheltered areas that are sheltered from north winds, northwest, northeast cold winds. And those areas also receive a lot of sun. They're warm and they held overnight. They did not cool down last night. So that means they'll warm trend some more today. There's fish already moving into the backwaters. There's fish already not staging, but getting near those spawning grounds. There's males moving into the shallows. You've got to cover a lot of grounds to find them. But it's about to go off. It's the same thing even with crappie. Crappie, I'm going to give you a crappie report in a little bit too. But the crappie are 2 foot to 50 foot, so they're still all over the place. Everything's on the move. It's in transition. That's the word we like to use. So there's several ways you can go about fishing right now. Again, you can go back into that warmer water. If you want to fish shallow, I recommend that you go north. I recommend that you go up into the arms, fingers, creeks, get to the backs, find the warmest water you can find. It's dirty. It's going to be dirty water. So you have to remember darker colors, noisy baits, rattles, vibration. Those things are very critical to being able to catch some of those fish in dirty water. Also, if you go to soft plastics, dark colors, black and blues, things like that, black and red. Crawfish are black and red this time of year, coming out of the mud themselves, getting ready to spawn themselves. Crawfish actually mate in around 50, 54 degrees, 54, 56, they're mating themselves. Okay, so everything's starting to come alive for spring, and that would be your backwaters. You know, I'll give you a few places that you can, like I said, Glade, Running Creek, Coffee Creek, the back of Oil Well Bay. That's your east side. If you're on the west side, you want to run up Birch Creek. You want to run up Garrett Creek. You want to get way up by Shotgun Pass. You're going to see dirty, dirty water. That's all there is to it. Elm Creek and Camp Creek and McGee Bay. Great places to go that will warm trend this time of year. Deep wise, the females they're still offshore. The females have not made the big move in yet. And so if you want to fish for those giant fish, you're looking for a double-digit fish, you need to be thinking live scope. That's all there is to it. And most of those fish are still stacked in the mouths of the major creeks, coves, big pockets, big drains, near and adjacent to spawning grounds. So, and what they do is they suspend out there in that open water in the treetops, generally, not always in the treetops, but generally in the treetops. So you have to find them with a live scope. And I can tell you that it's not easy. Michael Jordan, the basketball player, can show us how to make a 3-point, basket, hand us the ball, and we may not make 0 out of 10. So I'm just trying an analogy here. Live scope there's a big learning curve. There's a big skill set in it. But the first thing is that's where the big fish are coming from. They're coming from the live scoping guys finding the big fish, and they're suspending anywhere from 5 to 30 feet. Most of them are in about 5 feet or so, just free roaming, free cruising above the trees. If you get too close to them, they go down. They go down to the bottom. So there's a lot of strategy in that live scoping stuff. There's multiple different baits that are working. There is a couple baits that are working best. The same thing with the shallow water. I've got a list here of stuff I'm going to show the members only here in just a minute and describe much more detail for my members channel. Exactly what colors, locations, and what you should be doing in the shallow water to catch fish right now. So by the way, if you want to be a member, just look in the description below this video. When you're done watching the video, look in the description below the video. You'll see a link that says members only. Click on the link, follow the process. It's real simple. And you can become a member where we get a lot more fishing report about Lake Fork, a lot more details. And not only do you get details, but I give information from 5 other fishing guides from a lot of Northeast Texas and the Upper Fresh Coast, Upper Fresh region. We do Lake Tawakoni, we do Hubbard, we do Palestine, we do O.H. Ivy, we do Athens, we do Lake Lavon, we do Possum Kingdom, we do some of the other lakes here around the area. Sometimes I'll talk about Holbrook, I'll talk about Lake Welsh, I'll talk about Gilmer, but I give you a lot more report, a lot more information in the members channel, members division of my YouTube page. So please come on over, love to have you. I can tell you that again, we're going to get cold again, so by Monday morning, some of the things that I'm telling you now, the shallow bite, will probably not be available for a few more days until we warm trend back up. I call it the Texas two-step. We warm trend 6, 7, 8, 10 degrees, and then we drop 10 degrees. That's what happens the next 4 to 5 weeks. Is same thing with water. I didn't tell you about the water here. On Monday we were 403.15. We were over pool. Today we're all the way back down to 402.91. They're dropping water out of the gates. So we're getting more rain. The water comes back up. They open the gates. Water goes back down. Texas two-step. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So everything's same with the temperature. Remember a week ago, today we were 402.97. So you can see where in 1 week we were 402.97. We went up a couple of inches and then back down a couple of inches. It's crazy. It's a crazy dance this time of year. I will tell you that a lot of the big fish, once they do move in, they don't move back out. So just remember that too. If you find an area that's got some fish in it, they'll stay in that area. They're getting ready to spawn. So appreciate you. Hit the like button. Comment below. Oh, and I'm not done. I got to give you a little crappie report. In this public channel, I try and give you some decent fishing information. And one of the things I include in the free channel is the crappie report for Lake Fork specific. One of my favorite guides there is Jackie Wiggins. And he is just incredible. He does a great job. There's so many great. Cameron Burnett, so many great crappie guys. Cameron Burnett, Terry Moon, and on. There's a lot. But Jackie's one of my favorites because he just works the hardest. He gives it 110%, 100% of the time. But anyways, Jackie says the crappie on Lake Fork are spread out all over different depths right now. You can catch some out in deep water, 50 foot plus, and you can find some up in 2 feet of water. Those 2 feet of water fish is because we warm trended just like bass. And when it gets cold here in a couple days, they're going to change. But anyways, you're not seeing huge numbers of fish concentrated in any specific depth because they're scattered, they're moving, and they're moving towards spawning areas. The bigger fish in the past week been caught are normally doing what they do in the springtime. We have seen bigger fish this past week being caught like we normally do in the springtime. And that bite is generally going to get hotter and hotter as the water gets warmer and warmer. It's less than 20 feet that we expect to find those fish staging just like bass, moving in. They're coming down from offshore, coming to the shallow water. With tons of rain the last few weeks, the water's stained in most areas. So when you go up north and you get close to those feeder creek areas, you need to have the right colors. For the crappie, chartreuse, hand-tied jigs, that's working in the deeper stuff in 25 feet main lake, but if you get in the dirty water, you need more dark colors like black and chartreuse. Okay, there's a very misconception that chartreuse is really good color in dirty water. It's not. Dark colors, black and blues, dark colors are better. Maybe a combination of some chartreuse and black. And that's what Jackie's saying here. You get in the dirty water, Black and chartreuse are working the best. Minnows always work, nothing better than a live deal with a heartbeat. And Jackie this time has also included a catfish bite. He says it's really good around roosting trees in the north ends of the lake. When he says roosting trees, he means the trees that all the birds roost in. A lot of that timber at about 13 to 18 feet is best. Look for the birds, okay? At first light, you see where they are. Bait around those trees, meaning chum. Put a little cow cube, sour maize, whatever, and you really clean up those channel catfish. Use prepared bait, like tub bait. It's cheap. It goes a long ways. It's expensive to use night crawlers. There are a lot of the other processed things that you can buy for catfishing. Just cheap tub bait is your best stuff. And he said the bite on the catfishing is really light. He said that you're not feeling much. You just got to watch your line swim off. So that's catfishing and crappie fishing with Jackie Wiggins, my favorite guide on the lake, period. Gonna give a big shout out to the sponsors: J-Hod Chevrolet, Skeeter Bass Boats, Diamond Sports Marine, Yamaha, Texas Insider Fishing Report with Captain Rick Murphy, Bree, famous Bree. She was Miss Florida. What a beautiful lady, and she sure loves to fish. Abu Garcia, Berkeley, Power Pole, Bass Assassin, Bajío Sunglasses. By the way, Texas Insider Fishing Report's about ready to kick back up. Mid-March, we start doing live reports on television, and when those come, I'll remind you that those are airing mid-March, end of March. Back to Bajío Sunglasses, Tightlines UV, Lake Fork Trophy Lures, Impact Lures, Santo Lures, Real-Time Rods, Magic Reaction, Lake Fork Marina, and the Lake Fork Marina store. Thanks to them for all the support, especially for this channel and for our guide business. Go Fish Lures, Steve's Custom Prop Shop, the original Rod Sox Sign Shop, Burning Stump Lodge, great place to stay, Lake Fork Resort, Murphy's Law Sport Fishing. That is Murphy's Law Sport Fishing out of Florida. Captain Rick Murphy, world famous Captain Rick Murphy, take you fishing. Jamie's Restaurant in Lake Fork Marina. Oh my, the pie. Best pie, some of the best pies in the whole world. And let me tell you, Jamie has really stepped that restaurant up since she took it over. And the food is awesome now. I mean, it was great back then. It is awesome now. Tackle Co-op coming soon. And Jamie's Jacked Up Designs. Thank you guys all for watching. I appreciate you. Remember, I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Fishing Guide. Love to spend some time with you on the water. Only have a few select dates left between March and April. So if you're interested, hit me up 602-826-1524 and get booked now. Thanks for watching.